Warren Buffett is buying two stocks like mad. Warren Buffett is no small name in the world of finance, and if you've been following him, his portfolio in Berkshire Hathaway, then you know that they've been very quiet at the beginning of 2022. Buffett and Berkshire Hathaway have, however, made a comeback with two stocks, and many have termed this comeback dramatic. Today we'll be looking at what stocks Warren Buffett is buying, how profitable they can be in the short term and long term, and how well they will fare considering the looming recession. The first of Berkshire Hathaway's dramatic acquisitions is nearly $10 billion worth of the giant oil company, Occidental Petroleum. In July, Berkshire submitted an application to the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission requesting to buy more of Occidental's common stock, stating that a 50% stake does not affect competition in any way, and it doesn't diminish regulatory authority. And of course, their request was granted by the commission, since according to them, the acquisition was consistent with public interest. Nobody really understands Berkshire's special interest in Occidental. Earlier this year, it drastically stocked up on its Occidental stake and now owns 188.5 million shares of Occidental, a total of 20.2% holdings, which now entitles Berkshire to some of the company's earnings. Not only that, but Berkshire also owns $10 billion worth of Occidental preferred stock and has gotten permission for another 83.9 million in common shares. Currently, Occidental shares have jumped 10% at $71.29 apiece with the 50% buyout. But if Berkshire acts on the permission they have, then the shares could rise to 27%. Warren Buffett mentioned that he has started going after Occidental's stock after he read through the company's annual report. He was impressed with the reports and gained confidence in the company's growth and leadership. Occidental has actually had a good run. It was the best performing stock in the S&P 500 when oil prices were going through the roof. All of these big moves have made many people start thinking that maybe Buffett wants to buy the whole company. Speaking of buying the whole company, let's move on to the second item on the list, Allegheny. Also, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our modern cutting-edge investing content. Berkshire Hathaway is making its biggest acquisition in 6 years. Buffett is buying Allegheny for a whopping $11.6 billion. The last big Berkshire acquisition was in 2015 when Berkshire Hathaway acquired Precision Castparts, the aerospace equipment company, for $37 billion. The Allegheny acquisition has actually been coming for a long time. Buffett has always wanted to buy a big company, but for years he complained that companies were too expensive, and in those years, Berkshire Hathaway has put their money to good use, investing in many blue-chip stocks, in companies like Apple, Bank of America, American Express, Coca-Cola, and Kraft Heinz. And in that time, Berkshire's cash had piled up to an impressive $147 billion. It's kind of surprised that Berkshire is getting another insurance company, since its portfolio is littered with insurance companies like Geico, General Re, and others. But the concentration on one kind of stock doesn't seem to bother Berkshire. Allegheny shares have risen by about 25% since the acquisition. Allegheny is a great deal for Berkshire since Allegheny is also a conglomerate business just like Berkshire. Allegheny has other businesses aside from its main insurance business. It has a steel company, a toy maker, and a funeral services firm. Joseph Brandon, the CEO of Allegheny, was nothing but delighted about the deal, calling it a terrific transaction for Allegheny's owners, businesses, customers, and employees. He was especially proud of the Allegheny team and noted that the value of the acquisition shows the quality of Allegheny and the hard work, persistence, and determination of the Allegheny team over decades. For Berkshire, their acquisition of Allegheny increases the company's presence in the insurance market, especially now when the market conditions for insurance and reinsurance companies are looking healthy. While some have termed the price of the deal was outrageous, keep in mind that $11.6 billion is almost insignificant when compared to the $146.72 billion Berkshire has been sitting on for years. Also, Allegheny and its many franchises will continue to operate independently even after the acquisition is completed. Buffett's recent acquisitions have inspired many retail investors to start buying whatever they can buy from the two companies. Occidental stock is now one of the favorite retail stocks this year, but many are still watching to see how the companies will do with the incoming recession being predicted. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this content, be sure to click our other video on this screen for some of our most popular forward-looking content on investing.